And for all of you everywhere, here's my young partner in our latest picture, Let's Face It, the girl who can defuse a blockbuster with one kiss, Paramount's flying tigress and the blonde bombshell herself, Miss Betty Hutton.
Thank you. Hello, Bob.
Well, hi, Betty. And say, I want to congratulate you on your big hit in our new picture. It's nice to see a youngster coming up. Will you answer a slew of command performance requests and strafe us with that 50 caliber tune? He says, murder, he says.
Finally found a fella almost completely divine, but his vocabulary is killing this romance of mine. We get into an intimate situation, and then begins this Romeo's conversation. He says murder, he says, every time we kiss, he says murder, he says, at a time like this, he says murder, he says, is that the language of love? He says solid, he says, takes me in his arms and says solid, he says, meaning all the charms, he says solid, he says, is that the language of love? He says, chick, you torture me, zoot, are we living? I'm thinking of leaving him flat. He says, dig, the jumps the old ticker is given. No, he can talk plainer than that. He says murder, he says, every time we kiss, he says murder, he says, keep it up like this and that, murder, he says, in that impossible tone, we'll bring on nobody's murder but his own. He says Jackson, he says, and my name's Marie, says Jackson, he says, shoot the snoot to me, says Jackson, he says, is that the language of love? He says, woof, woof, he says, when he likes my hat, he says, what the heck is that? He says, woo, woo, he says, is that the language of love? He says, hep, hep, with helium, now, babe, we're cooking, and other expressions to it. He says, we're into groove, and the groove is good looking. He sounds like his uppers don't fit. He says murder! He says murder! And away he says murder, in that impossible tone. I've told him over and over and over again that it'll be nobody else's murder. Boy, but his
Yes, sir, a vitamin pill with legs. How about that? Thanks, Betty Hutton.